Hey, welcome to our second summer live. So we don't have anybody in here right now, but that's okay. It's recording, so anybody else wants to check this out, they can pick up where we left off here. So we just want to first of all go over with you what this is all about. So what we're doing here is that we, for these summer lives, is Sophie and I, we are traveling to multiple different states during this summer. And while we're traveling to these different states, we are bringing you these lives at the end of each stop to kind of just talk about what happened, what we did at those particular locations, what kind of hikes we had and everything. We're doing shorts videos along the way too, probably a couple a day usually. Sometimes might be a little bit less. That's okay. And then also we have the Facebook posts. So check out those three locations and everything, the lives, the shorts, and the Facebook posts for regular updates as to what Sophie and I are doing. Yeah, I keep pointing behind me. Sophie's laying down. She's sleeping. We had another hike. Every time we hike, she is dead tired afterward. And yeah, she's sleeping pretty well. Maybe I can get her up here in a little bit to say hi or something like that. We'll have to see how that goes. But for the moment, she's pretty zonked out. So, as I said, remember to check out the shorts. The Facebook post, and the lives. The lives are scheduled various different days. It's at the end of each stop, so it depends on how long each stop is. Most of the time, we're staying about 2 days in most of the locations and everything. Next place that we're going to is Alabama. Not sure how that's going to be. Forecasters are talking about a lot of rain, so I'm not sure how much. Not sure how much hiking we're going to get in, but we'll give it a try anyways. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. So let me check my notes here real quick. Yeah. Make sure you check that out. So the first thing I wanted to mention is, if y'all did not know, today is World Otter Day. What do we do on World Otter Day? Well, I mean, we should do a lot. We should be doing a whole lot. It should be like, festivities, parades, and everything. And I don't know why we don't have that. Hey, DJ Adventures Beyond, welcome. Appreciate you being here. I don't know why we don't do more than that. There should be parades, and otter festivals and everything, and people should be giving each other's otters and all. I don't know why we don't. If you can't tell, I like otters, but that's okay. I just wanted to also kind of show you my girlfriend before we left on this trip. She gave me these little otters right here. So aren't they cute? They hold hands. Isn't that so adorable? Yeah. If you don't think it's adorable, I don't care what you think. It's adorable. Period. So World Otter Day, if you didn't know, is today. So you got a few more hours, about 4 more hours to celebrate. So after you get off this live or something like that, go out and celebrate World Otter Day somehow, however it is for you. All right, so adventures that Sophie and I had on this stop. So we are in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We're actually at the Hot Springs National Park right now in the Gulp Gorge campground, as a matter of fact, hanging out there. And so during this trip, we've stayed here a couple of days. The first day was just kind of set up. The second day, we actually got out to Lake Catherine State Park. Reason I want to go to Lake Catherine State Park is because waterfalls, and really wanted to hike out some waterfalls. Texas, we have a few waterfalls. Gorman Falls is a pretty good one. And there's a few others out there. Pedernales Falls is okay, but I haven't really been out there. I've just seen pictures of it, so I can't really say 100%. I say it's just okay because it doesn't look they don't look that big. It just looks like a lot of little falls and everything. So I'd heard in Arkansas that there's quite a few waterfalls and everything. So that was one of my destinations, is to get out here for some of the waterfalls. So Lake Catherine State Park has waterfalls in it, and the first trail that we did go on was the Falls Branch Trail. It's a 2-mile trail, pretty nice trail when it comes down to it. It wasn't that difficult over a good bit of elevation and everything, because you kind of had to go up and over a hill and then down back into where the waterfall is. It's really nice though. All along the way, you get a lot of little tiny waterfalls. You're falling for most of the way. And then you finally get down to the big waterfall. Now, it's the summer. It's a waterfall in a big tourist area. So it was pretty busy there. I mean, I did manage to get some video and stuff like that and pictures with very limited people around to no people around. We kind of had to wait for a while. That's okay. I don't mind waiting. But it was a gorgeous waterfall. It really was. It was worth the hike there, worth the wait and everything. Sophie kind of waited a little bit out in there, but complained a bit, but she did fine and everything. I did send a picture to my girlfriend, actually, with me holding Sophie that somebody took. And the first thing that she said about looking at Sophie was, Sophie looks very concerned, because you look at the picture, she's looking over at the waterfall, and you zoom in, you can see her face She thinks like I'm going to be throwing her into the waterfall or something. No dogs were thrown into waterfalls. I guarantee you. No dogs were thrown into waterfalls. So yeah, that was nice. Then after we went on that trail, we went on the Horseshoe Mountain Trail. So there's 3 trails over at there. There's the Dam Mountain Trail. Okay, dam as in the feature, the man-made feature, or beaver-made feature, if it's cases, not as in the word, the cuss word. But there's that one, and then there's also the Horseshoe Mountain Trail. We went on the Horseshoe Mountain Trail, mostly because we'd kind of paralleled a little bit of the other one already, and so we wanted to see something a little bit different. So we went on that one. Lots of positive grades on this. Now it is going up a mountain all the way up, and so that does make sense. That's what it's going to do and everything. So all the way up a mountain. We didn't encounter a single other person on that trail. So unlike the Branch Falls Trail, which was littered with people left and right, the Horseshoe Mountain Trail, we didn't encounter a single person the entire way that we were on it, not once, which was actually kind of nice. It was a nice little change. We even stopped for about a half-hour break and everything. Still nobody came across. We were on top of the mountain, just enjoying ourselves up there, Sophie and I. So that was pretty nice. It was actually pretty nice. Today we actually stuck more closer to the campground, and we hit the kind of mess of trails out between the campground and Hot Springs itself, the city of Hot Springs itself. And so with that, we took a couple trails. I can't really mention all the names of the trails because we ended up on maybe 6 or 7 trails in this mess of it all. I took pretty meticulous notes, so that way when I do the long form video, hopefully I can convey where we're actually at what time. But we took a couple of trails that went all the way to up and then down to the city of Hot Springs itself. We kind of made our way through the city of Hot Springs to another trail that was kind of like almost in a back alley. It was kind of weird. But we found that trail and we took on that up. And so a lot of these trails here, they're very flat. Sometimes in Texas, I've seen people, more locals to particular trails, doing a lot of jogging and stuff like trails and running outright. And personally, I think it's crazy because, oh yeah, cool. So it's been where was I? Sorry, DJ. I was just reading what DJ had to say. Hi, Mom. So the trails here in Texas, a lot of times you'll see people running and stuff on the trails, and I can't believe people are running the trails. I have a hard enough time walking without tripping, so them running on them blows my mind. Now these trails out at Hot Springs National Park, you could literally run on most of them pretty much safely. They're not paved, but they're very well compacted with a lot of small rock that actually helps keep them very easy to come a hike on. There's a few that are a little bit less so, but most of them are like that. So they're really easy trails as far as actually walking on, very little to watch out for. Sometimes you find yourself looking down more than out at nature because of the nature of the trail, but not with these trails here. There was, of course, a lot of elevation gain and then drop very constantly. To be expected. We're in the hills or mountains, whatever you want to call them, in Arkansas, so that makes a lot of sense and everything. So, but most of the trails are really easy to follow, very, very well marked. So I don't think there was even a chance of us getting lost for a second. So we really enjoyed those trails, though. There wasn't anything that was actually a specific feature that would stand out on that one, unlike the Lake Catherine with the waterfall. Except for, I guess, unless you consider Hot Springs itself, if you like the city of Hot Springs and everything, which is a very charming town. We walked down probably a good 3/4 of a mile of it to get to the other trail. Had to cross the road and everything, and it was pretty charming. It was really nice and all. I mean, it's not necessarily what Sophie and I are looking for, because we're looking for more of the woods and everything. Of course, speaking of the woods, people talk about ticks in Arkansas, and yeah, there's definitely ticks. Sophie, I think we had about a dozen ticks we had to take off of her after the entire trip. So yeah, there was definitely a lot of ticks. Yeah. But otherwise, we had a good time. Our next stop, as I said, is Alabama. We'll see how that goes. Maybe the weather will clear up and we'll be able to get a lot of hiking out there. If not, then, well, we'll see what other kind of adventures that we might have. One way or another, we'll be heading to Alabama right after this tomorrow morning. So I think that's it. Ready to wrap it up and everything. Thanks, DJ, for showing up, and thanks, Mom, and anybody who watches this after the fact. I appreciate you checking us out. These trips have been going really great for the channel. We have gained 28 subscribers as of just before I jumped onto this live. So that's the biggest boost we've had since starting the channel. So I know we kind of petered out for a little bit and everything because I haven't had as much time for the channel in the past like 2 months, but the attention that it's getting right now is really showing because 28 new subscribers in just a matter of like 3 or 4 days total. So that's really, really good. So if you have anybody else out there that'd be interested in any of our content, Sophie's antics, our hiking, please share it with them and let them know to subscribe. All right. Think we're going to shut this down tonight and appreciate you coming out and everything. Y'all have a great night.